Hello, this is Talon with Old Guy Stuff on Busy Corner Lane, and I'm going to show you what I do to effectively and efficiently farm dash extract in the game Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. What I'm looking at right now is an app that I highly recommend. It's called Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate Database, and you can get a lot of really good information from this app. So let's go over my dash extract information that I get off of this app, and I'll show you how I use that information to help me out in the game. Okay, first of all, there's two animals or monsters in the game that can give you the dash extract, and they're Gypceros and a Royal Ludroth. And if you looked at all the numbers, you actually get a better chance from the Gypceros. Okay, you get a better percentages and you can get more. So we're going to do Gypceros in this video. That's my main method for doing this. Now, right now I'm looking at G rank, high rank, and low rank, and a little bit of a comparison. You can get the dash extract from body carbs, which we have up here at 20%. You can get it from shinies, which is 20%. You can get it from body gathers, which is 30%. I'll explain that in a moment. Back up. You can get it from captures, which is 34%, and that's two of them from captures. And you can get two of them from Meowster Hunters. So I'm going to talk about body gather. Gypceros, if you're not familiar with the monster, can pretend to be dead. And while it's pretending to be dead, you can gather items off the bodies. And these 5 items you can gather from the body are shown in this list. Okay? And there's 30% chance that you could gather a dash extract from that. All right? Now, as I'm looking at these, the only 2 areas where going to high rank or G rank becomes beneficial is you get an extra 3% chance from a body carve, extra 5% chance from shiny, and way down on the bottom, Meowster Hunter, you got a 30% chance to get 6, where compared to high rank, it's a 30% chance to get 4, and compared to low rank, it's a 30% chance to get 2. So you can send your Meowsters or palicoes on quest of Meowster Hunters to get Gypceros, and depending on the rank as to how many you can get. Each Meowster can get dash extract from the Meowster Hunter quest. And while they're doing that quest, if it's low rank, each one can get 2, so you can get 8 total. If they're doing high rank, each one can get 4, so you might get 16 total. And if you send them on G rank, then all 4 of them can get 6 each, which is 24 total. So that's the maximum that you can get from the Meowster Hunters, but it is very good to be able to do. Now, let's look at how I can use this information in the game. And I'm piecing together 3 videos in this so that we can see it all in one. This is the quest we're going to be targeting in just a little while. Low rank, 5-star, in a village called Huntathon Gypceros. This quest you only have to hunt 2, but there's 10 that will show up. Here I show you how I'm going to set up to do this. I'm going to use palico, because the palico, even when you're low rank, can have the immunity to stun and poison, which are the main attacks that the Gypceros is going to do to you, other than hitting you with the tail, that kind of thing. So if we check out my skills, I've got negate stun and negate poison. Those are the most important things. Earplugs help, but you really want negate stun and negate poison. My palico moves. Plundering is really good because you can steal items from the body,
trap won't do so good in here, but ultrasonic horn can make the other small monsters go away, and you want to be able to heal yourself with the health horn. That's the main stuff. Okay, so talk to the housekeeper. Go to Meowster Hunters. You want wetlands, and this is the only place Gypceros will show up as the wetlands. So I got lucky this time. He's in G rank. So when I click on this, I want to notice a few things right off. The icon for Gypceros is purple. I want to pick cats whose bias have a purple icon. So I'm going to pick these. Doesn't really matter what their level is, but if your enthusiasm, which is where it says paw print times 5, if that number is 5, you're going to have the biggest orb that you're shooting from the cannon. Practice with doing this. I would save first if you're not good with it, and then practice with it, because you want your orb or your cannonball to land within the boundaries of the Gypceros circle area. Now, it doesn't have to be all the way inside. It can just barely touch and it would count. Okay, so now we're going to leave the housekeeper. And you want to make sure that you empty your item pouch. These 4 items are safe, but anything else you carry with you can be stolen from the monster. Or the monster can steal them from you, sorry. And I like to use a weapon that's going to be kind of strong, but whatever you have, the strongest weapon you've got is what you want to go with. This is a low-rank monster, so he's not really powerful. I actually have stronger weapons than my actual hunter person would have. My defense is not as high, but that's okay. You can do this with the low-rank palico. You want to go eat, and when you eat, I eat for rider because I do a lot of mounting. You can check my mounting tutorials. I think I mounted 8 or 9 times in this particular video. But this is about the same effect as putting him in a trap, because then I can get a lot of free hits. And weakener, you got a good chance that the monster is not going to be as strong as, as he could be. There were a couple kind of oversized Gypceros in this quest I'm about to do, but a lot of them were actually pretty weak. You want to go to 5-star in the low rank, and on the second page of this, I got Hunt-a-thon Gypceros. You only have to do 2, but if you check that app that I was showing earlier for the rewards, which I should have done but I didn't, it will show you that if you do all 10, like every 1 or 2 that you do gives you extra dash extracts, or gives you chances for that. Okay, so he does a flash, and that's why you want negate stun. And my timing is off right now because I just woke up and I'm just having my first cup of coffee. So I get hit by that tail quite a bit. Usually I don't, but today I am. And when that tail hits you, he can possibly steal from you. So that's why you want to empty out your item pouch as much as possible. I like to use the palico because while I'm doing combination attacks, it always gives me a chance I can mount. I'm going to mount almost every single one of these at some point in the video. So like I said earlier, I get about 8 or 9 mounts out of this. Now a lot of this looks like the same stuff over and over. So if you want to, kind of warp over near the end where I'm talking about the rewards at the end, by all means you can do that. But I do show every fight. So I've got the mount going on here. If you're not sure about mounting, which I highly recommend learning how to do it. If you're not sure about mounting, check out my tutorial video on mounting. It's actually quite easy. First time I mounted, it was a total accident. I didn't even know what I was doing. So I made myself learn, and it's actually very fun. And all I'm doing is the same combo attacks over and over. I'm kind of spamming A, X, X, X. And the XXX lets me jump up and spin the weapon really fast in a circle. You'll see people doing that online a lot. And that helps me fill up my movement gauge a lot faster. Now I'm gathering from the body. If I look at his head closely and see a flashing, that means he's actually not really dead. He'll come back to life. But I think this one's actually all the way dead. And I have no idea why I walked out of this area, other than the fact that I do need to go to the west side, the east side of Area 8, because that's where they spawn. Okay, so somehow or another I skipped number 2. I was wondering in the video when I'm watching it why it said I had 7 when I thought I only had, why it said I had 7 when I watched the video and I only had 5. And this was it right here. Somehow or another, when I hit the record button on my remote control, it did not record a couple of these, so I apologize for that. Now, notice paintball stolen. I didn't come in with one. I took it out of the blue box. And I took stuff on purpose so that he would try to steal. Had I carried paintballs in here, I would have lost them. Unlike when cats steal or the black cats steal, you cannot get these back. If you're not familiar with getting them back from the black cats, all you got to do is basically beat the black cat and you'll get it back, or if he escapes, you'll be able to go to the cat monument and get it from him at the monument if you don't take too long to do it. There was a shiny thing on the ground and I passed it up. I didn't realize it when I was playing. So if you saw that shiny thing on the ground and you're thinking, wait, that guy didn't go get it, I didn't see it until I'm watching the video, so I'm too late now. I've been pretty fortunate in this that the eopraise, if I'm pronouncing them correctly, actually did not cause me too much trouble. I did send them away with the ultrasonic horn one time, but I only did it once. Yeah, I just checked. I only got a couple dash extracts at this point, but that's okay. I actually come out at the end with 13 dash extract in my pouch, I believe. I end up with 42 overall. Every time they leave, they're going to go to Area 2, just so you know, in this video. And whenever I'm playing, I just run straight to Area 2 because that's pretty much where I think they're going to go. Now the reason why you see him flashing and you see the shape of the monster where you might just have a dot is because they have Monster DAR, and Monster DAR is going to tell me what type of monster, in this case a flying one. And it's also going to tell me when he's ready to get captured. Now, I'm not looking, but if he's flashing on that little thing on his head, that's the part where you get the light crystal from, then that means he's not actually dead, he's playing dead, and I can gather from the body, just like that. So he wasn't actually dead, and I didn't pay attention to his head. If Palico looks interesting to you, it's actually very fun, and I am basically spamming a combo attack over and over because the combo attack gives me an evasion, it gets me airborne, fills up my gauge faster. It's actually one of the most efficient ways to play it, and you'll see a lot of people online doing it that way. Now I've got Plunderang is all charged up, so if I throw this, I'm going to get an item. Unfortunately, that Eocray was kind of in the way, so I ended up with an Eocray item instead of a Gypceros item. And one of my Palico helpers laid that trap. which is quite okay, so I can get some free hits. If I have Thunder Gang charged back up again, I would go ahead and try to use it. But on most monsters, including this one, you can only carry 3 items that you get from Thunderang. So, you know, I'm not really going overboard with it, but it can be helpful for getting extra items if you need them. And if you're playing a quest online with me, and you see shinies on the ground, especially if they're weird colored shinies, I pick them up because they're coming from Thunderang, and that might be an item you might not normally get. Or it could be one that's just really common. But you get something extra anyway. You don't need it, you can always sell it. Extra money. Win-win situation. Now he's throwing poison all over the place, which is why you want to have negate poison as a skill. And that's why I recommend using Palico, because if you're using a hunter person and you're low rank, you probably do not have negate stun and negate poison together. But palicoes can learn them really fast. You don't have to get items to get it, you just have to have gone on quest. And usually it's either easily available or you just have to beat certain monsters. Like for Ultrasonic Horn, which I used against the EO Praise in one of these monsters that show up, I had to fight Najarala with a palico that could have Ultrasonic Horn, and that way he can learn it and teach it to others. If you're interested in developing palicos and you see me online, just ask. I'll give you one of these palicos that I've developed. You'll still have to develop them yourself, but I'll give you one of mine that is going to be able to be a really good one for you. This is my utility palico here. He pretty much does everything for me. Here we go, Ultrasonic Horn. Now, all the little monsters in the air are going to leave because of that Ultrasonic Horn. I'm going to Plunder Egg this time. I like to pick it up, and he just hit me with the tail, so I'm going to go over and get it. I don't know what that item is going to be until the end when I do rewards. Could be something good or it might not. It's just random. Now, Light Crystal got stolen. Now, I'm not too concerned about that because I believe in the reward phase afterward, I dumped 26 of them. I get so many Light Crystals out of this. If you need to get Light Crystals, hey, guess what? This is a good quest for you. A-A-A-X-X-F. If I say A-A-A-A, if I do A 4 times, then I kind of get a dash hit spinning sideways with the A. But if I do X for the 4th hit of the combo, then the palico is going to dive into the air with his weapon sticking in front of him, kind of like the horn of a unicorn, and you're going to be airborne. You have a chance to be able to get a mount, just like that. Like I said, two of the monsters are not showing up on the video because my record button actually did not record at the time, which is why I looked at it and thought, oh my gosh, my count was off. But I actually did 9 mounts on this. There was only one monster I did not mount. But if you look, he's laying still, he's helpless. So you get easy hits. So if you get some mounts, go for it, you get easy hits. This 9 ties my personal best of 9 on the EX Hellblade Glavenus quest. And my 3rd place now is this quest right here that I did about a year ago, and I got 8. So I'm pretty knowledgeable about mounting. If you're interested in mounting, check out that video. It's pretty easy to find in my playlist. I call it mounting tutorial, I believe. And my depth perception is really off this morning. like I said, I'm still having my first cup of coffee. It's already cold, and that tail just keeps hitting me. Luckily, my other palicoes, they have the ability to heal me, which is why you don't really see me healing. You check where I am in this particular part of the video here. Okay, so in about 2.5 more minutes, the video actually changes because for some reason, my recording device, it stopped the video at like 1943 or so, and then it started recording again. So I did not even realize that I lost continuity in there. So I lost about a second in the about 2/3 of the way through the video. Hissing boomerangs are very nice and they're helpful, but they're not required. I did this most of the quest without them. If those EO prey were causing me trouble, I would use ultrasonic horn. That's why I keep that as a movement. Just another example why you want to have negate stun. Otherwise you'd be standing there with stars around your head. And to me, it's just an inconvenience. It wastes time. So I don't really want to waste too much time. I waste some, that's why I play games, but I don't want to sit there and just waste time standing there and getting hit by the monster. I thought I mounted here actually. I get a mount in about 20 seconds, but I thought I mounted there because he fell down just like a mount was going to happen. And sometimes the timing is weird. Like you'll think you got a mount, and then the screen will turn black, just like it just did. And then you get the mount, even when you shouldn't be getting a mount. I should have got this mount, I know, but sometimes it'll look like I wasn't doing anything, and I'll get a mount. Notice that thing on his head is flashing. If it's flashing when he's playing dead, then he's actually just playing dead. He's not actually been beat. So when I really want to know, I'll go up near his head and I'll look at his head while I'm trying to carve the body. So throughout the course of doing this, from body gathers while he's still alive, I got 6 dash extract. From carving after he's been beaten, I got 6 dash extract, and I picked up one of the shiny. And I passed one up also that I didn't realize was there. So I got 13 dash extracts just from fighting the monsters. Okay, so this is where, get out of this. This is where I have to change file. It's kind of crazy that that happened, because I didn't expect it. It's never happened on this recording device before, so sorry about that happening in the middle there. I don't really expect that a lot of people watching this going to want to watch all 30 minutes of sitting there fighting the same monster 10 times in a row, but you never know. So if you're watching it this far and that happened and you're like, oh my god, that was so annoying, I apologize for that. I mean, I guess I could remake the video and just do the whole quest again, but I'm not going to. So here's some information for you. If you see somebody as a palico and they have this blue glow where their hands are, and that means they're using piercing boomerangs, which I have shown in the bottom right of the screen. If they have a red glow, it generally means they have big boomerangs operating. So if you see a blue and a red glow, then they're using both and they stack. So one doesn't take over the other and they're both going to work together. I never used mega boomerangs, so I'm not sure if that gives you a clue or not. I'm pretty sure if the game warden came by, they're going to check my tags and see that I exceeded my limit. Notice the flash on the head. So he wasn't actually dead. And one of my palicoes set a trap. You see that on the map. And I absolutely love the knife that they're carving with. I'm looking right now, I got 12 dash extracts. And it says I've done 8 Gypceros. So I'm averaging about 1.5 per animal, not counting what I'm going to get in rewards and not counting what I'm going to get in Meowster Hunters. Right now I'm just trying to line up so I can see where the next one's going to be. And actually I was right where it was. Oh my gosh, I lost another light crystal. What am I ever going to do? Okay, I know he's not dead because I haven't beat on him enough. I think. Yep, he's flashing. Just from one quest, you should get enough items to be able to make the entire armor set. It's probably going to be low rank armor, of course, because it's a low rank quest. But if you're in need of making armor, then you can probably get all the stuff you need. I'm going to make another plug for the palicoes also. If you watch my videos on why you should use palicoes when you're playing, and you looked at what I do with my ATD character. ATD stands for Aspen the Destroyer. That's my puppy, by the way, that's almost 100 pounds now. What you'll notice is you can have the ability to go into the fights, not have to use any of the items from your inventory whatsoever. Everything you take from the box can get sold, so you make money off of it. You don't have to sit there and keep making armor that you got to upgrade. You don't have to keep making weapons that you have to upgrade. Once you buy something that you like the way it works, you're good. Now you're saving a lot of money and resources. Then after you hit G rank and you want to really be able to make that stronger equipment, you can do that. I sold at ATD all the way up to Altel, and I only use my palico, except I did use for the Lao Shan Long, I used the bow, and that was it. And that's only because I like to stay up in safety and be able to shoot pierce, and I had enough stuff just from using the palico that I was able to make a good pierce bow from their Scala. So then I'm able to solo that quest and only take about 25 minutes to do it. And at no other time in the game did I really have to spend money at all. The palicoes are a good way to go, guys. I'm not saying you have to use it. I'm just saying it's an efficient way to save money, have fun, do a lot of stuff. And you can save your resources also. Very few making of armor or weapons when you have a palico. Then it should be number 9 down. I know when it's number 10 because it's going to tell me objective complete. Oh my goodness. Oh word, took another life crystal from me. For the maker of these games, I would really love to see you guys combine with the Breath of the Wild people and make this free open world where something like Breath of the Wild has these type monsters in it, because the fights in Breath of the Wild are actually too short. And I don't like the weapons break all the time. Yeah, and I did get objective complete, so that's cool. I got 13 dash extracts from a shiny body carve and body gather. I always dance at the end. Okay, so now let's look at the rewards. I got 4 sets of the dash extracts. Those are in the bottom of the red row. Let's see how many we got in those after I decide what I'm going to do with these. Four, 3, 2, 2. Okay. So now we're going to go check my Meowster hunters. Okay. Oh, we got to check these. These are what came from Plunderang. Okay, and sometimes I can get my dash extract. It's very rare that I do, but I still try. Okay, so I'm going to go to the house and talk to the housekeeper. My Meowsters are going to be back. And what you're going to notice is only 3 of them were successful in getting the dash extract, even though I got 4 Gypceros on the screen. But each one of those dash extracts is times 6. So I got 18 dash extract from this part. And what they gave me was a total of 42. Now I realized the quest itself, you know, it did take a considerable amount of time. And I could have got that 18 from, let me pause this a second. Okay, I could have got that 18 just by sending my hunter or my palico out to the Kelbi Horn quest. But I also wanted to show that you can get these pretty easily from the Gypceros. So in that regard, I don't think I really wasted time, because I wanted people to understand that you can get them in both ways, and you could do both ways at the same time. Now, as I'm looking through my Meowster hunters now, what I notice is there is a Gypceros in the low rank. So if he's in low rank, each Meowster or each palico is able to get 2. I can get 8 total out of this. I might just do Kelbi Horn quest. I'm not going to actually do it right now, but I could do that. And I could just farm over and over every time I see a Gypceros in the wetlands. And that is the only place he's going to show. Some monsters only show up in a specific place. And for Gypceros, he's only going to be in the wetlands, because the wetlands is the marsh area, basically. So that's where you're going to find him. You'll notice that the little dot to the left of the word Gypceros is purple, and on his icon up in the upper middle of the screen is purple. And that just lets us know that we get a better chance if our palico that is doing the Meowster Hunter, in other words, a little cannon thing shooting up and down, is the same color. So most of my palicos are purple that I use for these type quests because this is what I go for. So this is Talon with Old Guy Stuff on Busy Corner Lane. Hopefully this video can help people with their ability to farm lots of dash extracts to make mega dash juice. I actually don't use mega dash juice a lot because I like mushroom mancers so much better with fungology. And the reason for that is not only do I get dash juice ability with mope shrimp, but I also get the equivalent of 10 max potions when I take a dragon toadstool. So for me, I prefer to do that. But when I'm just looking to get some mega dash juice for some of those longer quests, I want to have those dash extract on hand to make those. So this is Talon with Old Guy Stuff on Busy Corner Lane. Have a safe, happy, peaceful, wonderful day. Hit the thumbs up if you think this might help you. And goodbye.